Good morning, New Beginnings High School. This is Mr. Donaldson, and welcome to Motivational Moments for Me. And today is Wellness Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful start to this Wednesday, aka Hump Day. And like I explained to you guys on Monday for Mindfulness Monday, today we're going to be talking about the stages of grief and helping to educate, you or someone you may know that's currently going through the grief process as a result of some type of loss. And so, before I get into that, I want to read you guys a quote for encouragement, and it says, "If you feel like you're losing everything, remember that the trees lose their leaves every year and they still stand tall and wait for better days to come." And this quote can be found on Pinterest. And so I thought that this quote went perfectly with today's topic of the stages of grief. And to kind of generally explain, the grief is a, natural experience that, you go through when you experience a loss, whether it is from the death of a loved one or someone close, losing a job, losing a home, losing like anything, losing your mind. I mean, any type of loss that's experienced, that process of grief comes along with it. And it's pretty much how you, your emotional and mental response to, that thing no longer being in existence. And so I'm going to be talking about the Kubler-Ross model of grief. This can be found on therapistaid.com. So giving credit where credit is due. And I'm going to be, kind of generally, giving a briefing of the 5 stages of grief. And so to start off, the first stage is denial. Denial is when it's hard to accept the fact that, this loss has occurred. I like to say that, this is like when you're in shock or disbelief, that, this is going on. A common statement that's made is, "This can't be happening," or, "I can't believe that, they're gone. I can't believe that I'm in this spot." So that's what denial looks like when it comes down to, that stage of the grief process. The second stage is anger. Anger is when you have realized that that loss has occurred, and you become angry at, someone else, um, or even yourself as a result of that loss. Um, you may ask the question like, "Why is this happening to me?" Or some at this stage may even, become angry at, a higher power. Like, I'm angry at God because, he allowed, this person to die, or he allowed this to happen. And so this is a normal and common experience that persons go through in that grief process. So that's anger. Bargaining is the third one. This is when an individual may try to change or delay their loss. A common statement is, "I will do anything to change this." Some people say, "Well, take me, instead of, this person. I'll give anything just to have my mama back, or just to have my grandmama back, or, just to have, whatever that thing that was lost, to have it back." That's when you hear persons making those type of statements, they're in that bargaining stage of the grief process. The fourth one is depression. This is where the individual has come to recognize that the loss has occurred or will occur, and they isolate themselves and spend time crying and grieving. Now, I will add that this is different than your typical sadness that's experienced, right after a loss has occurred. But for this right here, this is saying that if this crying and process continues for, 2 weeks or more, then this is, a point where you want to look into, like, okay, this person may be experiencing from depression. So a question that may be asked is, what's the point of going on after this loss? So when a person make a statement like that, then they're going through some depression as a result of that loss. And then the last and fifth stage is acceptance. This is where the individual will come to fully accept that loss, and they understand the situation logically and have come to terms emotionally with the situation. This is where they have, realized that, okay, my mom or big mama or whatever they lost is not coming back, and they've held on to the memories that's going to keep them strong and going to keep them of strength, and they have learned to establish a new normal or a way of life, with that person, being gone, how to continue on in their absence. And a statement that may be made is that it's going to be okay. So when we say encouraging words like "you're going to get through this," it's going to be okay, that's helping to encourage you to be able to pick yourself up and continue to move forward after a loss. So this was a general, just a breakdown of those 5 stages of grief. If you would like to have more information about that, again, you can visit therapistaid.com, or you can Google and search, put in the 5 stages of grief or the stages of grief, and you'll be able to find tons of resources to help you or your family and friends to get through this grief process. So if you have any questions, definitely do that. So I'm Mr. Donaldson. I hope I provided some education for you guys today. Please be sure to like and share this video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of your Wellness Wednesday. Take care.